Hey guys, right, got a battle here against Deathborn. Nice bloke, actually, on Smoke on Wi-Fi Battle Finder. I enjoy this battle for a different reason other than, actual gameplay. I enjoy talking to the bloke, it's cool. Anyway, I'm just going to point this out. I'm getting a couple of battles done kind of quickly, because FIFA 13 is coming out on Friday, or the 28th. And I just sort of want to get some battles done because I doubt I'm going to play this game for I've got Borderlands 2 and FIFA 13. And FIFA 13, or FIFA in general, is like the most addictive game ever apart from maybe COD, which I'll never touch in my lifetime. So, yeah. I just want to get some battles done, so I got my rain team, and here we go. Anyway, I lead off with Mienshao, he leads off with Gliscor. I'm going to go Hidden Power Ice, and he's going to go Protect. And I'm thinking, well, okay, he's seen my gig. He isn't going to hang around for that. So, because I'm not entirely sure if I like this Mienshao as much as I thought I would. It's okay. Yeah, I'm going to go to Gyarados, predicting him to switch out. And, I was kind of thinking maybe you go to T-Tar or Titty-Tar. And he actually goes into Tentacruel. So, or Titty-Cruel. They both have two T's in them. So, yeah, I go taunt, he goes Scald, I'm like, yeah, no burn. Okay, good. So he doesn't get the burn, I've taunted him, he can't set up T-Spikes, but yeah, I don't want to sit here for a burn. However, I do make a couple of dumb plays. First off, I go into Pharaoh, thinking, I don't care if it gets burned. Who cares about Pharaoh anyway? So I go into Pharaoh and it gets burned. And then a few turns down the line, I think, I shouldn't have let my Pharaoh go. But anyway, Pharaoh's sitting here like the big spiky bollock it is, and I'm thinking, well, perhaps this is a good time to start knocking off on things, Trying to get me some, get rid of some lefties. That means if I get rid of the item on this Tentacruel, then that means, well, hey, he isn't going to get recovery when Sand's up. But he goes to the Gliscor as I go knock off, and I'm like, meh, piece of shit, Gliscor. I'd also like to point out, despite being a nice bloke, he did have a very, very, very difficult looking team. And he was running Protect SD Gliscor. Why does no one run fucking Roost? What? No one can explain this to me. No one. I've tried asking a lot of people. No one can explain why no one bloody runs Roost. Anyway, I go Leech Seed. And judging from the EQ and the burn damage, I am going to be losing out steadily. Despite being Impish max defense. Pharaoh, you bastard. I kind of still tempted to stay in because I do have the Leech Seed up. So I believe I just go for Stealth Rocks, yeah. And in comes this Sizzle. And he probably does have superpower, but it's like, well, bleh. Even if he does go for it, he gets Iron Barbs. I'm not that bothered. I kind of figured he would actually go for a U-turn anyway, predicting the switch because of superpower. And that's what he does. He's just going to go for the safe U-turn. And Pharaoh takes that pretty well when you consider it's from a Sizzle. So, yeah, well on Pharaoh. I can deal with that. And I believe I just go Leech Seed again. Like I say, I'm not that bothered about Pharaoh at the moment, which was so dumb. I shouldn't have wasted him like I did. But I did, so what are you gonna do? What does he go into? Is it it's Landorus, I believe. After a bit of thinking. Thinking a bit, in comes Landorus. He's one of these thunky ones, and I completely spaced this. I've seen so many Scarf Landorus just over and over and over, and oh god, there's so many of them. And he actually goes Earth Power, and I was thinking, is that because of the sand boost? Okay, it's a bit funky, but cool beanies, I'll take that. So he goes Earth Power, gets a crit. I was thinking he'd go EQ, and I was thinking I might actually live and get a Power Whip off, but I didn't. And I'm going to go into Dragonite. And I'm thinking, well, okay, if he's Scarfed, he's going to switch out. So I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into Mienshao. Because cool beans, free in Power Ice. He isn't Scarfed, he goes Hidden Power, and he gets Life Orb. I'm like, he's Sheer Force. I forgot about that one, didn't I? So, cool, yeah. So it wasn't Sand Force, it was Sheer Force. And now I know that. And that means he's not Scarfed, which means Mienshao has a field day! But he's actually going to go into Tentacruel. As I go U-turn, predicting him. I mean, even if he didn't switch, I'm going to outspeed, and I can probably go into Politoed, actually. Politoed would do alright. But still, Tentacruel's sitting here looking like a prick, so I'm going to go back into Dragonite. And I know that if his Landry... Oh, no, I'm going to Magnemite. Oh, yeah. I was going to go into Dragonite, but he has Gliscor and things. Like, that's not productive at all. So, I believe I go Sub as he switches out and goes into Gastro. And I'm like, I can't kill this thing with the Magnezone. Which is a shame, because I love me some Magnezone. But yeah, I was thinking about going into Dragonite, but again, he just has a couple of things that Dragonite will just go, I can't kill, and run away from. So I was like, okay, let's go into Magnezone. I mean, even if he brings in Gliscor, that's a Flash Cannon to the dome. But as I say, I forgot about the Gastrodon. I do just go Flash Cannon, because I have the sub up there. You never want to waste a good sub, kids. It's a life lesson. Even if it's a Subway sub or a Pokemon sub, you never waste a good sub. Remember that. I see you kids throwing subs away, I'm going to be pissed. Anyway, after Flash Cannon him, I am going to switch out. I'm going to Politoed, because I do have Toxic. However, I kind of figured he'd figure I'd have Toxic. He does go Toxic, which I'm sure at the moment for him, he's like, oh yeah, I got a Toxic on a Politoed, but I'm sitting here like, I got Rest Sleep Talk, or whatever. So, I'm actually going to go School predicting the switch, but he doesn't switch out, he stays in, gets the Storm Drain, and he goes Recover. I'm like, huh. What can Politoed actually do to Gastro that he would want to recover from? So that made me think maybe he thinks I've got something sitting around cushy. So I'm just going to go Toxic and I land it. And I'm like, oh yes! Thank you, God! And that Toxic was huge, as you will see later on. But he starts going Ice Beam. I guess he's just predicting the Dragonite to come back in. He's running the old Swampert thing of Ice Beam Earthquake, because it's got better coverage than ground and water, which, you know, it's smart play. But I'm just going to go Rest, and it's just like, fuck off, Gastro. Even if you feel like earthquaking, I will win this 9 times out of 10. So, jog on, mate. Jog on. And, as you'll see, he does jog on. And I actually predict this, because he knows I'm going to have Sleep Talk. He's seen me Schooled and Toxic. So I know he's going to switch. It's just a matter of what he's going to switch into. Because he has a numerous amount of things that he could really go into, but the main one I was thinking was that he would probably want to go into his Scizor, because Scizor is actually gonna dodge any Toxic. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think he'd go into Scizor. I actually thought he'd go into Tentacruel or no, not Gliss. Yeah, maybe Tentacruel. But still, he goes into Scizor. I was trying to make myself sound smart, I just didn't. And I think, he's gonna U-turn. I go into Magnezone, he's superpowers. I'm like, fuck! Oh god, why did I do that? Oh, and I lose my Magnezone for nothing! Nothing! So that sucked dick, and I was like, So, I'm not happy. I wasted my Magnezone. That was the second bad play. Because I thought he'd Bullet Punch, and I thought it would hit like a train. Bullet Punch or U-turn would both hit Mienshao really hard. I mean, if it was U-turn, I'd have switched out by that point. But if it was Bullet Punch, it'd probably kill me. So I was like, let's go to Magnezone. He predicted that flawlessly. And I'm going to go into Dragonite, and I am just going to go for a Earthquake and hit the Tyranitar, and it does a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. And I was thinking, okay, he must be offensive then. I mean, base 110 defense, he took that. I'm feeling quite chirpy and upbeat. But I'm not entirely sure what he wants to do. Again, the Gliscor is pretty obvious. And I know he needs his T-Tar to win the Weather War, which, now that I've lost my fucking Magnezone, I'm not as concerned about now. But I figured he'd switch, and he does. He goes into his Gliscor. And I kind of figured that he's going to protect. I know that. So rather than U-turning, I just want to go Hidden Power Ice. Because, again, it's just a little card that I'm holding up saying, can you piss off, please? However, I was kind of thinking he'd think I was going to switch, so I stay in and go for the Hidden Power Ice anyway. And he switches, and I'm like, oh, pussy. He isn't really, but he was just making the safe play. I mean, again, he's got a team built to the point where he doesn't really need to predict at all. But he goes into Scizor, I'm like, oh, that's annoying. So, there you go. I'm not liking the Mienshao as much as I thought I did to begin with. I mean, it gets the kill sometimes, but as you'll see. Anyway, Scizor's sitting here, and I'm going to switch out. He goes Pursuit. And I'm like, okay, That's fine, alright? And from a technical standpoint, he knew I would switch. Fine, cool. But now I get a free switch into Gyarados. And now it all rests on what he wants to do. The ball is in his court. He could go into lots of things to try and get rid of me. But it all depends on what he does right here. Because I'm going to DD, and if he goes into the wrong thing, basically what he needs to do... Oh my god, my fucking stop. Piss off. He needs to go into Tentacruel and try and score me a bit. However, he goes into Gastro, and I'm like, oh yes! Thank you, I've seen you have Ice Beam, Toxic, Recover, and Earthquake. Taunt, and you're ruined. You can't touch me. Gyarados will sit here for days! For days! And I'm fine. So, I'm gonna I'm gonna taunt him, and then I'm gonna DD again, and he Ice Beams me. Okay. And the first thing that he says after he Ice Beams me and sees the damage is, GG. And I'm like, well, what do you mean, GG? You have things you can do, it's okay. You're like, no, it's GG, I've got nothing I can do. Like, don't just give up because things look bad. You know, hacks could roll around, or, Gyarados could implode and kill himself, I don't know. That's the beauty of Pokemon, isn't it? Come on, subs, back me up here. Isn't the beauty of Pokemon? I mean, if there was no hacks, it would be the most boring fucking game in the world. If you couldn't miss, if you didn't get, like, burn, para chances, it would be a really dull game. But, you know, because you can miss and things can happen, it's interesting. So I say, no, don't give up, do not despair, you never know. You gotta hold on to that hope. Because that's what makes it fun and interesting. But his taunt wears off, and I'm like, okay, I'm at +3, I'm gonna Stone Edge, and it doesn't kill the Gastro. I'm like, oh dear. So he Ice Beams me, and it does about 70 points there. Now, the main, biggest, hugest, colossal thing I am worried about right now is the Sizzle with his Bullet Punch. I know Gear is bulky, but it is a Sizzle. That's what you need to say. It's a Sizzle. So I'm really worried here. And he goes Bullet Punch, and to my surprise, I live, and I was like, oh, well done, Gyara. Oh, well done. So, yeah, I kill the Sizzle, and he's like, yeah, it's GG now. I'm like, okay, it might be, but it kind of depends if Tentacruel wants to take a Stone Edge or not. You know, I'm starting to help the kid now. And like I say, he was a good battler, but if he ever does watch this, you give up too easily, mate. You gotta keep going. Anyway, in comes the Tentacruel. And, I go Stone Edge, and I miss. I'm like, see? You don't give up because shit like that might happen. He was like, well, even if, you know, I win, it'll because of that miss. Like, so? Part of the game! It's what makes the game fun and vibrant, you know? It would be fucking boring if I just DD'd up to +6 and won. That's just my point of view. Hacks, in a lot of cases, fucking piss annoying. I mean, as he said, if I hit that Stone Edge, I win right there. But, I mean, there have been worse cases. Like Makar had that battle that he had recently, where every single time he tried to kill something, he'd get hacks. That's when hacks sucks. But again, it's all random number generator and percentage shit. But parts like that can make a game interesting, like stopping a sweep, starting one even, you know, that kind of thing. It makes the game a bit different. And as I say, and as like, you know, it's part of the game, and if it wasn't there, the game would be fucking boring as shit. So, I don't really mind that much. But anyway, after killing the Tentacruel, Landorus is going to come in, and I think, oh yeah! No Gem Extreme Speed! Yeah! Dragonite! My buddy! That's why it's fucking there! It finally pays off after, what, 6 battles with this team? That's the first time the normal Gem Extreme Speed has been useful, and I was like, fuck yes! And in comes Gliscor. And he's like, oh, I can't win now. Hidden Power Ice from Yenshau's gonna win everything. And I'm like, well, don't despair. There could still be something else. I started to think that, like, if he keeps saying he's gonna lose, that's his lucky charm. Because somewhere, some hack's god is listening to him saying he's gonna lose. So I'm in with Politoed. If I get one schooled, then yeah, I win. You know, just one schooled. That's seriously all I needed, as you'll see later. So I go Sleep Talk and I get a Toxic. And I'm like, That's a pain in the butt, but oh well, that's my fault for picking a move that can pick 3 other random moves. So he's going to go EQ after SDing. And it's going to hit me down, and I clutch it with 5 HP, and I go Sleep Talk, and I get Toxic again. I'm like, oh well, them's the breaks. But again, as he said, and as he kept saying, all I have to do is Hidden Power Ice, and I win. That's it, because the Tyranitar's going to take Stealth Rocks coming in. You know, I kept saying, if you can play around it, Hidden Power Ice isn't really... Hidden Power Ice is that strong a move to begin with, so on a T-Tar would tank that for days. But I go into Mienshao, and he's like, yeah, I've lost, I'm just going to give up right now. I'm like, oh, fine. So I go Hidden Power Ice, and, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the game, as he said. I mean, like... I told him not to give up, but he just kept doing it. So, yeah, I Hidden Power Ice. And, it's going down, and lol, I lied, he lives. And he was like, what? Like, yeah, see? Don't never give up! You give up and that's it. Okay? Shit can always change. The circumstances can always be, you know, just because things look bad doesn't mean they are. You never know till you try. So there you go. Life lesson, kids. Life fucking lesson. Kind of annoyed me and Shell didn't kill there. Fuck. But, oh well. I enjoyed it because, you know, the bloke was nice. And, you know, yeah, it was just kind of funny. I just kept, every single time he said he gave up, something happened that just let him win. But I don't care. I enjoyed the match. At the moment, I'm trying to play around it. If I get a crit, I win, but, fuck you, lot gods, you bellends. Oh well, I enjoyed it massively. As I say, the bloke was a good sport, so, and as I say, hacks is hacks, alright? I know I've had my, anger towards hacks in the past a lot of times, but ultimately, you know, even though I'm on the receiving end of it, it makes the game more interesting, and I'd rather it be there than not. Because otherwise it just comes down to, you know, no one can beat anyone, really. It would just be boring as shit, so. Fuck it, I'm glad it happened, and that is a good game. Anyway, yeah, I've got another battle, and then I won't have any more 0.5s for a while, because FIFA! Anyway, I'll see you guys another time. Peace!